Have you ever wanted to stay in a homestay in North Korea? Yep, you didn't hear incorrectly. It is actually possible to stay in a homestay in North Korea, and it's pretty cool. There is just one little catch though. It's pretty much in the middle of one of the remotest parts of North Korea, in North Korea's very far northeast region, the Chilbosan region. This kind of makes it a little bit more cool though. The Chilbosan region is absolutely gorgeous with some of my favourite hikes and some really incredible beaches. And plus, you're right slap bang in the middle of the North Korean countryside in a North Korean homestay. It's pretty cool. So just before I show you inside what a North Korean homestay is like, I want to thank my favourite people as always. I want to thank my patrons, Clarke, James, Charles and Alex. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. It wouldn't be possible without you. And so without further ado, let's have a look at what a North Korean homestay is really like inside. To get to the Chilbosan region, you have to first take an internal flight from Pyongyang, or spend a few days on a train. It is rarely visited by foreigners, but is famed for its stunning landscapes and fresh air. Mount Chilbo is named after the 7 treasures of East Asian lore and one of North Korea's famous 5 peaks. It's one of North Korea's most pristine and remote natural attractions. Unlike many places in the country, the area is relatively untouched by politics, although there are some mosaics related to the leadership. The area as a whole is famed for its mountain ranges, peaks, waterfalls, and unusually shaped rocks. These rocks have led to locals telling often profane folk stories about the meaning of each shape. It makes the visit that more interesting. The homestay itself is located right next to the sea. In fact, it's just a 2-minute walk to the beach and a 5-minute walk down to an area where you can swim. You can access the North Korean homestay village by car. You'll pass by stunning landscapes next to the sea before going through a very small village and finally arriving at the North Korean homestay area. This is a large area with 20 different houses. The families that live here are real North Korean families and go about their daily lives there even when you're not around. You're probably likely to run into a few of the family's dogs outside too. Since there is a large outside area, there's plenty of room to take part in various activities. These include swimming, having a beach barbecue, hanging out with your North Korean family, helping them with chores, playing with children, helping with the cleaning, enjoying a traditional breakfast of North Korean food cooked by your family, Korean wrestling, a volleyball match with the North Koreans, the local team and members of the family at the homestay, as well as a North Korean cooking class, where you can make your own noodles and eat them afterwards.
And you are now boiling the water for cooking the noodle. And this is a very classic noodle machine.
이게 누들 머신이에요?
Of course, in recent years they don't use this anymore.
머신까지는 머신같이 생기잖아요. 누들 프레스.
It's not as easy as it looks.
18, 19, 12.
You also have to try the famous pine mushrooms. These are expensive mushrooms that are grown in the northeast, and apparently they're pretty healthy. They are famous across the Korean peninsula and indeed throughout Asia. For the summit in 2018, North Korea sent 2 tons of pine mushrooms to South Korea, a value of which was estimated around the time to be about $1.4 million. Each house is a 2-story house with a kitchen, living room, and your own bedroom. These bedrooms are basic and traditional. You sleep on the floor. You sleep on a traditional tatami mat floor on a thin mat, and the floor is heated. All houses come with electricity and running water, although there is no hot water. There is also a TV and fan in every house, great in the summer if it gets too warm. The rooms are basic, but you have everything that you would need. And if you're lucky, they come with a killer view of the sea, great for watching the sunset. And so that is pretty much it for the North Korean homestay and the fabulous Chilbosan region. If you do get a chance to go to North Korea, I would really recommend considering staying in the North Korean homestay, considering going up to the northeast of North Korea and staying in the Chilbosan region. It's an incredible region, and staying in a North Korean homestay is something super unique. It's a really great way to get to know the North Korean culture, the North Korean people, and just a completely different area of North Korea. So thank you again for joining in this time. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Any questions about North Korea, North Korean countryside, or a North Korean homestay, please do ask below in the comments. Bye bye!